2 minutes until showtime.
Okay, good. We've got 1 minute.
1 minute until showtime.
Hey, Jet, just hanging out here, getting ready for the show. So excited. Talking about new beginnings, as always. Procrastination and fear. Hello, how are you, my friend? It's a beautiful day outside today. Okay, we're almost ready to go. I'm ready. I hope everybody else is. Should have got myself a little bit more coffee. Woot woot, we are ready. I have such a glare.
Will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
People are always saying, you'll never make it.
Don't listen to them.
You feel weak and have lost all your courage.
Be brave. Be bold.
Guess what? It all ends right now. Welcome to Just Rita, a show that empowers women all over the world to be the best version of themselves. No matter where you come from, that will not dictate who you will be in life. Join your host, Rita Doman, right now and learn that you can have it all because you know you are worthy of all those goodies in life and want to make your life shine. It's just in time. It's just for you. It's just that simple. It's Just Rita. Now, here is your host of the Just Rita radio show, Rita Doman.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. No matter where you are in the world, I want to welcome you in to the Just Rita Real Talk live radio show at www.justritarealtalk.com, or I got to figure my hair out. You can reach me on Facebook with Rita Doman, or Rita Doman, or I should say Just Rita Real Talk, or Blog Talk Radio, Just Rita Real Talk. So, oh my gosh, Barbara's there, Jet is there. Good morning, good morning. Good afternoon with some of you because it is noon time. Barbara's still around 10 a.m. time, so she's in Las Vegas. So I'm excited to have you all here. Oh my goodness. You know what? It is so amazing how quickly Thursdays come up. Certain days of the week, I have certain things that I do, and I always feel like I was just at that day. And it's like a whole nother day starting up again. So it's pretty crazy how time flies. And sometimes we're not always having fun, but it still flies as well. So, which is pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. So today's show, hey, Jody, how are you? So today's show is still, we're going to continue the whole conversation about new beginnings because there's so many things that goes on with the new beginnings that people don't necessarily talk about. Hey, AJ, how are you? And today we're going to talk about, Rebecca's there. We're going to talk about procrastination and fear, right? So I got to turn off my phone so it's silent so I don't get distracted. So, hey, Barbara. So I'm going to talk about procrastination and fear today, because a lot of times we all experience a lot of things, right? And one of them is when we start new beginnings or when we're starting something new. Oh my gosh, Rebecca, I'm so glad that you're here. Even though we want a lot of things, we necessarily don't know the steps to take, or for some reason we are stopped dead in our tracks for whatever reason, right? We all go through it. So those are the things that we're going to talk about today. That's about it. And then, of course, the show's over. Then, of course, we're going to talk about, we're going to do a reading as we always do. How was everybody's weekend? How was everybody's week? Now we're going into a new weekend. So we just had Easter. So I can't believe how time flies. I feel like Easter's already been done and gone months ago. Like, it's so weird to me how everything is going so fast. It was just a few days ago, which was Easter. So everybody is just on the upswing of doing stuff. It seems like everything that we always look forward to is already gone, right? It's so crazy when that stuff happens. And now everybody's gearing up for Memorial Day, which is at the end of May. But then people are doing a lot of Cinco de Mayo, and I have to keep checking my calendar. Like, what time is it? What time of the month is it? And we still have a whole month, a little less than a month to go for Cinco de Mayo. So it's so funny how everything happens. But this week has been tremendous for me in many different ways. Next week, the 17th, taxes are due, right? So anybody who has not done their taxes yet, we got to get going on those. Yes, you agree, Rebecca, that time is flying by, that it seems like all this stuff is crazy, where people are just gearing up for the next thing. And I feel like there's no time. Hey, Jenny, there's no time for us to just be present in what we're doing. And we spend a lot of time doing things where we're wasting time, right? We are procrastinating. So whatever our newness is, the new beginning, something that we're doing, we also will find ourselves stuck. And it's an unconscious stuck. It is something where subconsciously we're stuck. Hey, Robin, to the point where we know what we want, we know where we're headed, but we don't necessarily know where to go with it, right? And then I actually have to start my taxes. I have to start them and do them. And this is the biggest thing too. And it's so funny that this time is around, right? Because my return, I have a plan for that return. So everybody knows that I'm going through a divorce, but that return is going to be my divorce money. So why are my taxes not done yet? Why am I sitting here, letting this hang over my head, drive me absolutely crazy, when in fact I know that's going to set me free? And as I was trying to have this conversation, I was trying to think about, what are we going to talk about with today's show, right? And that's one of the biggest things is when you sit and you look at yourself and you look at what's going on in your life, we procrastinate, but there's an underlying thing that keeps us from doing what we know we need to do. And even though we know what we want, it doesn't necessarily mean we are actually taking the steps to move forward. And as I was trying to, as I was getting ready for today, this morning, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about, what would be most impactful, and of course, what would be most impactful for me, right? Because it's just about Rita. Just kidding. But it really is. But just kidding, right? It's all about all of us because we're all the same person. We're all doing the same things. It doesn't matter what it is that we are going through. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. It doesn't matter where we're going in life. We all have the same issues that stop us. And one of the biggest things is fear. The fear of not knowing what everything's going to look like. So instead of taking those steps, we take different steps, right? But we're not actually taking the steps that we need to get out of a situation or to close the door to the ending, to take that next step into the open, fresh space of air, right? That beautiful blank canvas that we get to paint and create and do whatever it is that we want. And ultimately, that underline from procrastination really is fear. The fear of not knowing, the fear of what's to come, the fear of failure. But we should be so used to the feel of failing, because we all fail every day, all day, because that's how we learn. That's how we learn to get up. That's how we learn to move forward. That's how we learn, to keep growing and building. So it's really not afraid of failure. It really is about the fear of succeeding, growing. Who are we going to be when we actually take that step and do what we need to do and move forward with it, right? Because we have to keep that self going. And then we sit back and we're like, can we do it? Are we really that good that we can continue to be an amazing human being, amazing creatures to keep moving forward? And then we build up this whole expectation of what it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like. Are we going to be able to maintain it? Fear, right? The fear of the unknown, which, where is it? My one of the things that I've put on the Blog Talk Radio was an inspiration to keep people interested while the show is running live. Fear of the unknown. And then there's steps that go down, and then there's all cloud. So it's like when you walk into that cloudiness, that fog, you have no idea where you're going. You have no idea what it looks like. You have no idea what's at the end of those steps. And that too is scary. But it's stuff that we need to do. It's like we live our entire life like that, and we're not even conscious of it, right? We just automatically live. When you get up in the morning and you get yourself dressed and ready to go, you have no idea if you're going to be there in the next minute. But you don't think about that. We just keep moving forward. When we get dressed and we walk outside the door, we jump into our cars. We don't know what's going to happen in the next minute, if we're going to even make it through, if we're going to get to the destination where that vehicle is going to take us. What if there's something that could happen, a crash or whatever, that stops us dead in our tracks and we don't get to that destination? We don't think about those things. What we think about is the big picture of what we are physically doing. Hey, Barry, that's what we're thinking about. Those are the things that we're doing. And when we don't understand what's going on or how it's going to look, we totally get ourselves out of it. Hey, Lisa. So these are the things that when we're going through a lot of different stuff, fear stops us dead in our tracks. So the procrastination, one of the inspirations I put out there was procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until the bill comes due, right? We have to pay the bill. We have to pay. We're paying when we procrastinate. I'm paying when I'm procrastinating. The payment is all the heaviness around me, all the unknowns that I keep piling up more and more and more. All of that is starting to come due. I have to separate myself now from my neighborhood. So as I move out of this house, I'm moving from my neighborhood. I'm moving away. I am cutting ties. I am no longer the president of the association, and we had our meeting last night, and I'm sitting there as I'm conducting this meeting because we have a big neighborhood meeting on next Saturday. I'm looking at everything, and I'm realizing I'm breaking ties from all of this. There's a lot of different things that I am saying goodbye to. And when you are in the process of all these new beginnings, some of that stuff will hold you stuck. It's the fear, it's the letting go, it's the, sadness, it's all these things. I've got to get our billing out for the neighborhood. I keep procrastinating, putting it off because it's the last time I'm going to be doing it. It's the last time my hands are going to be in this wonderful neighborhood that I live in. But It is what it is. But if I stay stuck in this situation, if I stay stuck here, that means the life that I'm creating, the life that I really want, will never be here because I'm not letting go. Do you understand? It's like there's so many things to look at. There's so many different avenues. We're so complex in our lives, right? We're so complex in who we are. We think about one thing, but in reality, we're thinking about multiple avenues. It's almost like those scary movies where the fingers come out and then they just go everywhere. You know what I mean? And they're trying to consume you. That's what it's like for us. We do that to ourselves. And we start to think about all the different things that are happening. And it's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear, is the neighborhood going to be okay? It's the fear of, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be okay by myself moving forward in my life? Am I going to be able to rent a place and stay in that place and have all the things that I need met? Am I going to be able to continue on my journey and do the things that I love to do? Am I going to be this person who is, doing all these wonderful things? Yes, Robin's like senioritis, you're graduating. It's true. It's like when you become a senior, whether you're in high school or college, whatever you're doing, it's that senioritis. You start to sabotage yourself because you're afraid, what's going to come due at the end. When that date comes, where are you going to be? Are you moving forward or are you going to stay stuck? But procrastination, when you're really looking at it, it's really that underlying fear. We procrastinate because we're afraid of what's to come next. Maybe we do this great thing and then the next project is even bigger than ourselves. It's bigger, but everything is always bigger and we can always do it. We prove ourselves over and over and over that we can do it, but yet still we're always afraid. We have the evidence that we need. We have the evidence that we're smart. We can move forward. We've got great things coming up, in front of us, but yet we still do the same things to ourselves over and over and over. Because what we're creating is so much bigger than we know ourselves to know, right? It's like something really big. Hey, Felicia. So those are the things that we're talking about today. And if you guys have anything to talk about or add to it, please give me a call at 347-989-8086. And I will connect you onto the show on Blog Talk Radio, and we can definitely have that conversation. You can put your 2 cents in, or put your 2 cents in, on the stream, because I've got it right here on Facebook and following through so that we can, have this conversation going. But that is something that I was thinking about as I was putting the show together today. And I was looking at what it is, Rita, that you are really holding back on. What are you truly doing when you're procrastinating, letting these things pile up? Because I'm absolutely miserable in the process. I know that there's things that I need to get done and I have a plan to do it. But when I sit down and do it directly, I find a lot of other time wasters. I find other things to do so that I don't actually have to sit down and do it. And I already know, that, oh my God, my hair. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. I don't know. Why can't I ever do it? There we go. Okay. That's hilarious. I hate doing that mirror thing because I'm terrible at it. But it was poking me in the eye. I'm calling my girlfriend Kelsey. I'm trying to see if she can get in this weekend to help me do my hair. I got a family of gray going in, which is driving me nuts. But when you're looking at it, and exactly, this is the perfect conversation, right? Because here I am talking about this, and then all of a sudden my attention goes here. So it's like we're squirrels. We do it all the time. Whenever I see somebody who's doing a show or they're doing their live videos, whenever I see stuff like this and all of a sudden they're paying attention to something else, it's like it's automatic, it's subconscious. We are so innately the same that we create these fears all the time. And so when we're trying to talk about something or do something big or really move forward and have some sort of epiphany of like, I get it, I got it, then your mind will be attracted to something else and it takes you away. It's that squirrel moment. And I would just caught myself in it with, a piece of hair. And so I totally distracted myself because I was coming to something good. I was having a massive epiphany where it's like, oh my gosh, there it is. And then what do? Have a squirrel moment. Pay attention to my hair. Pay attention to a sensation. Do something different that will take you off track, and then you don't get back on track to the conversation. These are the things that we always do. Isn't that something, how that happens and how quickly it happens? And it just happened on live, Facebook Live. It's crazy. So, as I'm trying to get my ducks in the row moving forward, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Our lives are always going and doing extraordinary things when we're extremely uncomfortable. When we find ourselves in positions that are so uncomfortable, we don't even know what to do with ourselves. So then we start to create things in our life that become uncomfortable. We start to create what's going on. We start to create different irritations. We get irritated with somebody when really we're irritated with ourselves. We get irritated with the situation when really we're just irritated with ourselves because we knew that we had to do something in order to get somewhere and we didn't do it. So why not deflect instead of take responsibility for ourselves? That's what this is all about. And we do it all the time. But it's because that underlying issue that we all have, that we're all combating, which is fear, right? Fear. I'm deciding to get divorced. I'm deciding to move. I'm deciding to shift and change my entire life. Turning 50, and I decide to change everything because I know deep down inside, I have a whole life ahead of me and I don't want to be in this position. So why aren't your taxes done, Rita? Can I really do it? Is it really going to happen for me? Or is there going to be something that's going to happen that's going to keep me stuck in this situation? So instead of trying to move forward, just resign yourself to what is, right? How profound is that? That is, honestly, when you think about your own lives, things that are going on in your own world, look at your evidence, look at what you've been through, look at what you've done in the past. What did you do to get out of it? What did you do? What happened? What did you think of? What did you create in your life where you finally said, we are done with this and now we're going to move forward? So things like this for me, this show, helps me realize that I've got so much ahead of me. And when I have the support of everybody, hey, Rita Lee, on the show, and I've got so many extraordinary people in my life, it's like, okay, I'm taking those steps. I'm taking those steps. I'm taking those steps. Something with the house that I'm living in, this is a house that I'm living in. It's no longer my home. So when things are happening here, it's like, I don't even care. But yet, why aren't my taxes done? Why don't I have the billing done for the neighborhood? Why am I waiting to the absolute last minute? Because I create awesome results, whether I am waiting for the last minute or if I plan it out and just get it done. I'll sit and worry about something over and over and over again for a week, for crying out loud. Like I planned on getting this show ready early in the week, or actually last week, the end of last week, I wanted to get it done. And instead of just sitting down and doing it, hey, Lori, instead of just sitting down and doing it, I was jumping from this to this to this and doing other things, allowing the distractions to come in. As soon as somebody called me and said, hey, do you want to do this? I was like, oh, I'm on my way and I'm going to get moving. And off I went. I didn't get done what I wanted. And those are the things that drive me crazy about myself. But I am stopping myself every single time because I know how powerful I am. I know how impactful I can be. Can I keep it going? Am I really that good? Or do I believe the lies that I'm being told by myself or by someone else that I'm just not that good enough, right? These are a lot of things. Yes, and we are working on live streams. I was your distraction. No, you were not, actually, Cindy. That is not true, because I was working on it, trying to figure things out, actually, that evening. And for some reason, there was this massive echo. So I've got to figure out how I can do the Facebook Live and the YouTube Live at the same time, where I can manage both pages and not have that echo, and make sure everybody can hear the same thing. So that's so true. Yeah, and I know, Barbara, I'm not alone. That's why I want to talk about this, because the more somebody is opening up and, vulnerable enough to talk about it, those are the things where other people then can share. I get it. I understand. I do the same exact thing. And when we are together in numbers, not sitting in our mud puddles, slopping the junk around us, but literally we realize in numbers that, hey, we go through the same thing. We can then better support each other and then take those steps and move forward and do the things that we need to do. Not necessarily just slopping the snot around and saying, hey, I get it, I do this, and this is what I do, and you're not one-upping someone, right? Where, oh no, but look at me, I do it this way, and it's so much worse than this, and then somebody else is like, oh, but you don't understand because I do it this way. So it's just the things that we're doing to ourselves, and when you can open yourself up and then tell on yourself like I do, it helps me to move forward. It helps me to take that next step and saying, you know what? This is what I'm going to get done today. No matter what, hell or high water, doesn't matter how much sleep I'm going to miss. This is what I'm going to do. It was amazing. I got to go to my niece's play over the weekend. And it was so much fun. Like, I could not wait to go. I don't know why. I haven't seen a play in a long time. I haven't been to a high school play for a long time, but it was the Hunchback of Notre Dame that they put on. And I think it was like the Disney version, but not really, because they had their own little spin on it. But it was absolutely amazing. And it was amazing watching the Hunchback in this play be told one thing, but no matter what, he still stepped out of his comfort zone, came out of the castle, came out of the hiding, protective area that he was in and he was raised in, to help this beautiful young girl to be who she needed to be, and to set people free, and to help people, liberate people, right? Liberate the gypsies. In the play, she dies at the end, and so did Quasimodo. But let me tell you, at the end of that play, I was sitting next to my sister-in-law, Kylie, who jumped on really quick, but she's in school, is my niece. And she did all the costumes. And when I was like watching the play and seeing all the costumes that she made, watching this whole thing unravel, I was sitting there at the very end, literally crying. Like, my eyes were just pouring tears out, because I was so proud of these kids, so proud of Kylie. I got myself wrapped up into the play, that it was so sad, and we live our lives like this still. And when I look at myself and see me inside me, I realize how many times I stop myself. I could be somebody extraordinary for someone else, but why don't I do it for myself? Why don't I step outside of the castle for me, so that I can do the things that I need to do and want to do and deserve to do, right? And I just loved it. I love that moment. I love being with, my brother and sister-in-law and her dad. I loved being with Kylie and getting a huge hug from Kylie, and she was saying, thank you for coming. And I was like, oh my God, I love this, right? But this special moment that I haven't had the entire time I was married. I'm having it now. And that's the part where that's, kind of sad as well, is because it's taken all this time to get to where I'm at so that I can have what I want. And even though I'm divorcing and I'm away from the family, I'm not away from this family. This family is like, you're ours forever, and we love you because that's just who we are, and that's just who you are. And that to me is absolutely amazing. And when I have moments like these, I've got them in my pocket. I go back home, I sit down, and I'm like, what am I going to do now? And then I still will let certain things bother me or squirrel me in so that way I don't do what I absolutely need to do. Hey, Desmond, how are you? Or Demond, I'm sorry. My bad. I just totally named you something different. And Demond has got his own show coming up soon, which he's somebody too who's very powerful and empowering others at the same time. But I love to share, hey, Connie, all the things that I do so that we can move forward in our lives. I like to make my little mistakes and share them with everybody. Not even mistakes, right? They're all learning lessons. They're all things that we can do to better ourselves and to move forward and make changes in our lives. But also to realize that we all struggle the same. We all have the same subconscious things that really keep us stuck. What is one of the, there's some of the subconscious stuff, and I don't think I pulled them out. Let's see. How about this one? This is good. Is to look up, not look down, look forward, not back, look out and not in. So a lot of times too, I love this one. You want to know why I love this one? Because first of all, everybody should always be looking forward, no matter what it is. Look up, look forward, up and forward. Never look down, never walk your life around, looking down. It makes me crazy because when you're looking down, you are not secure in who you are. So always look up and look forward. When you look forward, also, you're not looking backwards. You're not looking at what could have been, what was, how could we have done it differently. I love this, which I do a lot of. Like, is there more that I could try to fix? Which drives my son crazy because he's like, all you want to do is fix things, which is true. And it makes him crazy because I stay stuck in situations longer than I need to because I'm always trying to fix a situation, fix a person, fix whatever could be, right? But you have to have everybody involved in order to do it. It can't just come from one. So, and if you're just one, then it's time for you to move on. Look out and not in, meaning don't stay stuck inside yourself. Don't keep yourself so trapped that you can't even really see the possibilities. You're just staying stuck inside yourself, like always trying to figure it out and rework it. It's called the fixing mentality because you're inside yourself trying to fix. Well, there must be something wrong with me because I couldn't get over this, or I couldn't make this work. I couldn't do this, or I couldn't do that. But when there are new beginnings, there are always endings, and we always get stuck in the fear of the ending part. Even though we've made the decision, we've said it out loud, we're still stuck in the ending part. How could we have done it better? What could we have done to be better? What if we were a certain particular way? Then everything else would have worked out. But that's not true. It's not the case. We've got to start moving forward. We've got to start taking things into our lives and moving forward, taking that step. There is, and the other quote was, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Like, if you're not comfortable, then that's where you need to be. And when we're extremely uncomfortable, we'll try to go back and hold on to what was, but it doesn't, we're like literally holding on by our fingertips. What was is not what's supposed to be. Do you understand? We're done with that part of it. It's time to move on. All right, let's see. There is also, even if you fall on your face, you're still moving forward. Oh, even if you still fall on your face, you're still moving forward. So when you are like moving forward and you're falling on your face, you're still going forward, right? And then you pick yourself up, because when you fall, you're falling the length of your body. And then you've got to pick yourself up. You're still a few steps in. So those are the things where you can still keep moving. It doesn't matter what goes on in your life. You've got to still keep moving. And that's the stuff where I need to do that for my own self. Like, no, even though I have this show, right? And I have the confidence, I know things are going to be great. I have the tools that I need in my box. I can utilize at any given time. But that human self of me, and believing the lies that have been told from others or myself, sometimes I still get trapped. And I've been trapped for about a month or so because I've made these decisions, but yet I still didn't get the taxes done so I can get the money that I need. I still didn't get the billing done for the neighborhood. I've procrastinated, even though there's something up that came up. So that's the perfect timing. Now it's perfect timing. But these are the things that we do that happen. And you're just like, oh my God, this is unbelievable how all of this works out. It really is. So I invite you guys today to start to look at what it is that's you're procrastinating about. You know, procrastination is the thief of time. It steals everything. Do you know, if we spend more time thinking about procrastinating, putting something off, and less time thinking about if we just get it done, we're over? We are humans in the habit of suffering. I don't know why. Humans always feel like we need to suffer. If you don't suffer, it's not good enough. If you don't feel the pain, it's not good enough. No pain, no gain. That is the worst quote that has been embedded in us from the time we were able to walk or even hear, because we've heard people say it around us since the time we were born. We live our lives, no pain, no gain. That is why we stay stuck in any given situation. Oh, this is why I love the show, because I just figured it out. That's how we live our life. No pain, no gain. And if we're not in pain, we're not suffering, it's not worth it. So not true. Somehow we have got to get it out of our language, our vocabulary, our feelings, our emotions. If there's pain, we don't want it. Pain, no gain. How about that? If there's pain, there's no gain. Because we're too miserable and too, beside ourselves to even enjoy what's to come. Gosh, that's the biggest thing. I bet you that's what it is. There's so many times that people have always said and heard. I remember hearing that my whole life. You know what I mean? Hey, Connie, Trish is there. Hey. No pain, no gain. That's what we've heard our whole entire life. And that's the stuff that keeps us stuck in our lives, because we always feel like that's where we need to be. And we're already 36 past the hour, so we got to get ready for our reading. So that's the stuff that I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. I know, right? Connie is like at the edge of her chair being like, oh my God, let's get on with the reading. But that's the thing. It's like when we've got new beginnings, that's the stuff where we have got to start looking at what it is deep down inside of us that's keeping us stay stuck. And it's the fear, and it's the stuff that we've heard our entire lives. It's from our family, our ancestors. We take on their truths. We take on all that stuff. I was just talking to somebody too the other day about something, how I've never lived the depression, but I save things and utilize things a certain way as if I've lived in the depression, because I hear my grandmother, waste not, want not, stuff like that. And it's like, you've got to be kidding. Oh, the Aquarius today. I'm so excited. Connie is the bee girl, which I cannot wait till we do our event on the 26th, because I need honey. I'm out of my honey. On live stream, there is no time limit for the show. I know I have the show down for an hour anyway, because I think it's just easier and it keeps everybody going instead of having it ongoing for hours at an end. So, and it just keeps me on track too. Otherwise, it's daunting for me, the 2 hours. Even though I can talk for 2 hours, I just put it on because a lot of people can't listen for 2 hours. So there it is, you guys. Start to dig deep. Dig deep into what it is that you're looking at, what it is, you know, that's keeping you stuck, why you procrastinate. But that's the thing for me. It just dawned on me. That's perfect. No pain, no gain. So let's make it as painful as possible, and we don't need to, right? So, all right, you guys. So here we are. We're going to get ready for our readings. So I'm calling everybody's angels and guides forward with the collective of what we're going through, what we need to be seeing, hearing. That's what we are doing. All right. So I'm excited. Oh my God. A lot of cards are popping out. All right. We only got like 20 minutes. Okay. So there we go there. We've got angel cards. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angel cards. Oh, let's see here. I'm just so excited. And I'm starting to change my website. So I'm getting away from the green. So when I move, things are shifting. I changed the colors on my website, but there's a few things I need to touch up. I've gotten new business cards. I'm doing things differently. So that's what we're doing. So things are starting to shift and change for me. We're getting out of the green. I'm done with the green. It's time to move on, right? All right, so we did the crystal cards. We're doing the fairy cards. It's 12:39. Let's go, Rita. Let's see. Oh, there you go. I love when the cards jump out. It's amazing how it happens. All right, so let's do a little past life stuff. Oh my gosh, a lot of cards. We all just need to be aware of what we do and why we do it. A lot of people got a lot of stuff going on. It's spring. You know what I mean? It's spring. So there's a lot of new beginnings happening. There's a lot of things, you know, where everybody's ready for the springtime, the weather change, but yet we're still staying stuck for whatever reason into the cold because people are just not ready to actually burst out. There's a lot of things that are going on energetically still. So a lot of solar storms. Hey, Andy. So there's a lot of stuff happening as well. Oh, there we go. So I think we're good with that. Okay. Just a few girls wanted to pop out, which we will read them first. And then our postcards from Spirit. Let's see here. And this is the one. Why do I feel like, oh, maybe that might be different. Some of these postcards, though, man, they're so unbelievably accurate. It's unbelievable. It's like my Trick and Pony show at the end. It's like the magic that seals the deal. Okay. So we're going to start with the fairy card, which is the 5 of Winter, right? Walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't for the best choice for your happiness. Something's not worth the effort. Again, so when you are in a situation where, you know, things are not working out or somebody's trying to pursue something with you, it's not working out, don't do it. Just walk away. And you could always tell there's a sensation that you get with people where when they're talking to you, every fiber of your being is either saying BS, BS, or get away from this person. This is not right for you. Doesn't matter what the words are coming out of their mouth. You want to look at the feelings, the associations you're getting with certain people around you, and you need to walk away from them. So that's what you want to do. 7 of Autumn, have patience and don't worry. Everything's going to work out for your highest good. Just know that if you start taking the steps, there is no time. It's divine timing, divine planning. Nothing is literally on our schedule. We have an idea of what we want, but when you just let things happen as they roll, but you're still taking the steps to move forward, when it happens, it's going to be amazing. So don't force the outcome. The other one here is 9 of Spring. Isn't that funny? You've got winter, autumn, and now we're 9 of spring. Protect the fruits of your labor. So prepare for possible changes that lie ahead. So you also want to make sure, that's interesting. I wonder why they wanted to be talked to first. Somebody who's listening or somebody who's going to hear this replay, this is something what's happening. You got to be careful. Oh, it could be me as well. Gotcha. So there are people who are all around us, right? Who they have their own agendas. And so you've got to be very aware and mindful. Don't get tricked by what they're saying, how they're being, because there's a lot of times where people, in order to get what they need or want, they will come to you and they'll put on the costume of sincere, I'm here for you, whatever you need, let me help you, this will be perfect for you, this will be good, you could do that. But then when they walk away after they've gotten what they've wanted out of you, they take off the costume and then you're stuck holding the bag. So be very, very careful. Pay attention to your body and know that your body is spot on. Whatever sensation, whatever feeling you're getting, pay attention. If you have green light, go immediate, then do it. It's working out for you. But if there's something that's like, sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If you are feeling like, I don't know about this, I don't like what this is, how this is going, whatever the case may be, pay attention, because your body, your sixth sense, your intuitive self already knows whether this is good or not for you. So make sure that you're very aware of what's happening. All right, balance. We need to create balance in our lives. There's so many things going on with us that we are squirrely. It's all or nothing. So right now, everybody is in the flux of spring and getting going. All of our attention's over here, but we need to balance it out and keep over here and doing the things that we need to do and still enjoy the newness, the spring, and all the wonderful stuff. All right. The crystal is goddess Lakshmi. It's dendritic. It's agate, dendritic agate. It's her golden grace. So when everything is with us, when we're keeping the balance, everything will work out for our highest good. That's just how it rolls, because we're in a line with what we're supposed to be doing. Also, Angel Khalil, it's polychrome jasper. It's sacred play, which means we have got to learn how to play at the same time. Let's quit taking everything so serious. So we're going to really enjoy, like everything's working out for our highest good, but we have to enjoy what we're doing. It can't be work, work, work. We've got to have playtime too, because our angels and guides, our family members, they love it when we're having fun and we're doing wonderful things. Hey, Janelle. So those are the things that we need to do in order to have balance in our lives. We've got to enjoy all aspects. Initiate, curiosity, open and warm. We have to initiate those steps. We need to move forward. If we have an idea about something or a curiosity about something, if this may work out, take that step to find out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't. If it does, great. Move forward. These are the things that we need to do in our lives, is take those steps. Take this, whether it works out for us or not, makes no difference. You've got to start taking those steps. Miracles are happening around us all the time, you guys. Pay attention. As we take those steps, those miracles are able to then fall into play. We're able to look at them, catch them, do what we need to do. And that's how we're going to get the evidence to know that we're right where we need to be and everything is working perfectly for us and aligning with us in this very special way. Male, female is the past life card, which means in past lives, we're both male and female. We have all these different lives. Whatever you came into this world, this time around, right? This lifetime, if you're a male, be a male. Do the male stuff. Do the heavy loading. Do whatever it is that you have to do that a man loves to do, right? That's what you do. If you're a woman, and there's a lot of women watching this show, be the female. Quit doing everything. You don't need to do it all for yourself. You are not experiencing what it is that you wanted to experience if you're still being the guy from past lives, right? Women who's like, I can do it myself. I'll open my own door. I'll fix the roof. I'll fix the faucet. I'll do the plumbing. I'll carry everything. I'll struggle, but I'll carry all the heavy loads. Quit doing it. Start being the person you came into this lifetime. Female doesn't always have to be girly, but do what the females are supposed to do. Not supposed to, right? But you came here to experience what it's like to be feminine. And the men, if you came in here, you want to know what it feels like to be masculine. What it would be like to take care of somebody, you know, bring home the bacon, whatever the case may be. Know your place and start acting as such in this lifetime. Ascended Master White Matthew, it's Danbarite, it's original self. You're here to be, you know, your original self. Dig deep down inside yourself. What is it that you truly want to do? Quit sitting here and like saying, I have no idea, because you actually do. You just don't have the balls to do it, right? You've got to dig deep down and say, what is it that I really want to do? Why am I really here? Why did I choose to come back? And when you can sit and ask yourself that question and be quiet for 5 seconds, that answer is going to come up and you're going to be able to know exactly where to go. So start doing that. Pay attention. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself for cry I. Forgive yourself for where you're at. Forgive yourself for where you've been. Forgive yourself for whatever the hell you need to forgive yourself for. Because here's the thing. Everything you've gone through, you've had to go through to get to where you are today. It does not matter what the situation. There's a lot of things that you'll see on Facebook that, and I just saw something recently where, and I actually responded to it because I typically don't respond, but it aggravated me because it was about people getting reconnected with their family members. Don't, you know, get reconnected at the funeral or feel the loss at the funeral. And sometimes when you're in a family and you step away from the family and you've been away from them for years, you haven't talked to them for years, sometimes you don't know the situation. It's okay to do that. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you need to go back into those situations. Don't feel like, oh my God, here we go. Don't feel like you have to put yourself back into a family because you're supposed to, because you're family. That's not the case. If everybody else has grown around you and everybody's at a different learning level and you can actually be together and co-create, so be it. But if you know that the family's still where it's at and you have grown and they're still here, you don't have to put yourself back in that position. Just because people pass away, it's not a bad thing. When people pass, it's because they've done what they needed to do here and it's time for them to move on. When you start to see things spiritually and see things differently, you understand that passing is not bad. Celebrate who they are. Celebrate that they've done what they came here to do. Celebrate that their class is over. Their job is complete. Now they get to go regroup and come back for another lifetime if they so choose. So start to forgive yourself for all the things that you don't need to forgive yourself for. Okay? Let yourself go. Start to unravel those chains. Manifest. Manifest what it is that you really want in life. What does your true self want? Peace, freedom, adventure, a new life? Manifest it. Physically see yourself doing it and do it. This is what I love because this reading is for me as well. So trust and know that this is for all of us. Ascended Master Kuthumi Moss Agate, it's sacred ecosystem. This is something that everybody has right now. It's sacred. Your sacred ecosystem is happening right now in your life. You're right where you need to be to take that very next step. Oh my God, my hair is driving me. I need a haircut. You're right in that spot. So just know where you are is whole, complete, and perfect, no matter what's going on. Even if you are procrastinating, even if you are fearful, just know you're right where you need to be and you're just ready to embark on that new step. And just take it. Regardless, you have to. Nobody really stays stuck. We just say that we are because we love to suffer. Goddess Tara is Tibetan quartz. It's her eye is ever open. We already know what's going to happen. It's just a matter of the timing. It's just a matter of moving forward and doing the thing that we need to do. Our eyes are open, our third eye. We've got our two, and then we have our third, and of course we've got the one behind our head. We always know where to go, what to do. We have that intuition. We know if it's the right decision for us or not. But again, we love to suffer, so we'll do whatever it takes to suffer, to continue that plan. I don't know why we do it. I don't know why, but we do. All right, start writing, you guys. Our past lives, we were scribers, we were writers. Write down the stuff that drives you crazy. Write out what you want to happen in your life. Do the things. Oh, I got to cut this. Oh my God, this is driving me crazy. It's stabbing me in the eye. Oh my God. I should like paste it. You know what I think I have? It's making me nuts. Do I have it here? All right, you guys, I'm going to do the most weirdest thing ever. Nope. Yep. Nope. Where is it going? Here we go. There we go, you guys. That's all I could do right now. Okay, because it's making me nuts. It's irritating me, and I can't stand it. All right, write. Write what you want. Write what you don't want. Don't write what you don't want. When you write and you pay attention to what you don't want, I know, Janelle, right? Then you're going to actually bring that to you even more so. Pay attention. Write down what you want to create, how you want your world to look. I need to do the same thing, and I'm going to do that today for sure. I've got things to do today, but that's one of the things that I'm going to do and create because I feel compelled right now, and we all need to start doing. Write out how we want our lives to look and start doing it that way. Elvin Touch, it's recovery, comeback, and revival. So when we write what we need to do, we're going to be like, oh, I'm ready to move forward. Things are moving and shaking. Then everything is back on the roll. Everything is back spinning the way it should be. We're not being stuck. We have the wisdom inside of us, all of it. We have it deep down. Get it out of you. Know that no matter where we are and what we're doing, it's perfect for us. The shapeshifter, it's transforming. We're able to shape and shift and do the things that we need to do. We're in that moment. So when we know that we have all the knowledge inside of us, when we know that we've got everything that we need to do to make the world we want it, we will shift and change. We will transform. We will start to see that person who we know ourselves to be. Right? And then we're going to be able to do that in our lifetime. Body care. We've got to start taking care of our body for sure. It's the springtime anew. It's time to get off the weight. It's time to get the old food out of our systems. It's time to get the old way of beings done. Let's start pampering and taking care of our bodies, our shell, so that we can be here longer and let everything happen for us and not to us. Angel Raziel, it's Piscerite, it's storm of wisdom. When things are in a cluster, we are able to deal and mediate, do the things that we need to do to get to where we need to be. For some reason, we love to suffer, and when we create the shitstorm in our life, we're able to then have focus and know that we need to get this done, this done, this done, this done. We do it all the time. So we're waiting for the shitstorm, or we're creating that storm. So just know that no matter what, you don't need to create it. Just know that you are that smart and you can just start doing it. So just do what you need to do. Spouse. So anybody, that one is for you. That's awesome, Cindy. We've had bad relationships in past lives. We're bringing it into this lifetime. The work that you've done, you create the wonderfulness in relationships, right? So if you already are married and you're in a blissful relationship, which I know my girlfriend Janelle is for sure, these are things where you've had good relationships in past lives. Just look at what it is that you've had in past lives. It's what's in your lifetime this time. So Janelle, you have always been able to attract amazing relationships, but a lot of us have attracted relationships that were, a little rough, right? Where we are getting out of relationships, or we've been through a few. So just know that, just clear up the karma that you've been in with relationships. You can cancel those out tonight, right away. That, bad relationships are no longer ours. You call upon your higher self 3 times. When you're laying there, you just say, I call upon my higher self. I call upon my higher self. I call upon my higher self. and you get those relationships out. You say, I'm done with that. I only want the good, the new, all of that wonderful stuff. I'm double checking what Blog Talk is saying. I think we're still on. We've got 2 minutes on the Blog Talk before my music starts. Okay, so just know that we have total control. We don't have to suffer all the time. Dura, it's a healer. It's nourishment and nurture. So when they want us to take care of our body, we've got to also take care of our soul. Our soul is inside the body. So we have to make sure that everything is well taken care of. We're peaceful. We're doing wonderful things for ourselves. Fairy godmother, it's revelation, discovery, epiphany. So when things are happening like that, we know that when we're taking care of ourselves, wonderful things are going to start happening. And all of a sudden, these ideas are going to pop in and things are going to come in front of us. And we are going to be able to do the things that we want. Trust me. A lot of us have done communal living. And so a lot of us are in the move to be in our own space. So that's one of the reasons. In past lives, we lived with a lot of different people and we're looking for our own personal space. If you are in a loving relationship and you want to be there, find a little area in your life, in your home, wherever, where it's just yours.
60 seconds.
Here we go. Let me put the music on, right? And then if you are a person who is looking to get out, then this is one of the reasons. It's because we've lived in these areas where, we've never really just had our own. Oh, I don't know why this isn't working. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. So why it's not working, I don't know what the deal is. The internet, and there's a lot of solar storms going on too right now still. Oath, it's promise, pledge, and contract. So things may be broken. You might be getting involved in a relationship or getting engaged. That's awesome. But there's also contracts that may be getting broken and things where it's okay to do. It's okay to break contracts. It's okay to get into a contract. If you are not clear of what's going on, then don't do it, okay? And then music. Listen to a lot of music. Listen to the music that inspires you, excites you, and gets you going. Those are a lot of things, too, that you want to do. Oh, my God. I love this music. Seriously. So that's the stuff that you want to do as well, because music is going to keep you clear. It's going to keep you motivated. It's going to keep you going. So that's stuff that you want. All right. So our postcard, dearest wonderful you, to help you manifest a life for the highest good, we invite you to examine your deepest desires. Imagine all your dreams, no matter what kind, like magic, seed pods in a basket, glowing with infinite potential. Look closely at each one. Are you afraid that some may bring you too much attention, invite negative reactions from others? This is one of the things that we actually procrastinate and that we're actually afraid of. And that's one of the things that will stop us for sure. In fact, there, just a little quick side note, there is, when I dream at night, there's always somebody in my dream coming to me in my dream, like somebody who I'm supposed to be in a relationship with. And I wake up and I'm just like, that's not happening. That's not what I want to do. And it's so funny because there's the Angel Intuitive. Her show is on Wednesday nights. And I gave her my information before. And so she actually read me, even though I couldn't be on the show last night. And she was talking about how there is a magical relationship, a wonderful person coming into my life. And I'm like, what is going on? It's because we're afraid, right? And it's like, I don't want this stuff in my life, but it's not my plan. So whatever's happening, I have to just let it come. And a lot of times we're just afraid. Is change too daunting? Are you afraid to stretch and grow? This is perfect for the show. Let yourself be led forward and let seeds of positive intention take to the wind. Your desires count and you are worthy of them. They are essential for co-creating your world. Did you ever consider that when a desire comes from deep within, it might be spirit moving you to create something beautiful to share with others? Some desires are infused with miraculous powers to move the heart and influence the world in ways that you can't possibly know. So we know you and love you so deeply and are so happy to support you. That is from Spirit. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is unbelievable. Exactly our show. So, hey, Jamie. So there it is, my friends. I love you. I think you're all amazing. I hope you have an amazing week. And I will see you next Thursday. Thanks for tuning in and staying. And we will see you later. Bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.